Welcome to Talking Pictures, your weekly vidcast for movie news. I'm your host, Aaron Shannon. Hey listeners, what's your favorite scary movie? Mine is The Shining, which also happens to be my favorite movie. I selectively love horror movies, though it took me 17 years until I would watch my first, which was Jaws. My reluctance to see scary movies was dependent on two things. No one ever had anything good to say about them, except that they provided catharsis, and I have a fear of sharp objects, which essentially rules out the entire genre. So that's why I had never seen any of the Scream movies, even though they were wildly popular. Granted, I was only 8 when the first one came out. I probably would never have watched the Scream thrillogy if not for Scream 4's release this Friday. To say I was pleasantly surprised by Scream would be an understatement. The first movie is brilliant and a game changer. If all movies were as smart as Scream, I don't think I'd ever stop gushing about them, just as it seems Sidney Prescott's friends never stop gushing blood. By creating a movie in which it is obvious that we know that they know horror, and that we know that they know that we know horror, it intensifies the scare factor because the filmmakers can play us like a piano. Scream 2 starts out in a similarly brilliant vein and hits several arteries along the way as well. The premise is that there are copycat killers potentially inspired by the movie version of Scream within Scream 2. The layers of self-reflexivity in all this are both awesome and confusing. Scream is a movie that knows our expectations and constantly toys with them, which makes Scream 2 almost necessary. We know our expectations, the filmmakers know our expectations, and, best of all, the characters know our expectations because they've seen Scream as well. Unfortunately, the brilliance is not carried through the entirety of the movie, and it dies a painful death when its plot innovations simply mirror those of the first rather than transcend. Unlike Screams 1 and 2, Scream 3 was a totally worthless movie. The only positive that I can take away from it is that I won't ever have to watch it again. So the verdict on Scream 4, if you hadn't already guessed, is that it's not necessary. Scream was great, and Scream 2 is good. It should be left at that. As Randy reminds us in Scream 2, sequels are what ruined the horror genre.
You should have seen the look on your face.
With Talking Pictures, this is Aaron Shannon. I'll see you next week.